You know, my first guest from starring in the television show Dark Angel, starting next Friday. She'd be seen in the new movie Sin City. Let's take a look.
Excuse me, miss. Looking for Nancy.
As for the stage cover, she's just one.
Skinny little Nancy Callahan. She grew up. She filled out. Here I was expecting a skinny little bookworm. Maybe a bit too shy for her own good.
Anybody with iPhones love.
Please welcome the lovely Jessica Alba. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
So I've looked at that clip several times. We have to time it for the show, and that's my job. That is an incredible outfit that you're wearing. Let's talk about that outfit in this movie. You're wearing chaps.
Right.
And then that's kind of all you're wearing, sort of, right?
Basically, there's underwear and a little leather push-up bra.
Yeah.
A lasso.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong just came out of their stupor. They're like, Nicole! Oh. Now they're drifting back to sleep.
Yeah. In the graphic novel, originally, Nancy, my character, was topless and bottomless. So I added the two little bits.
Mistake. When you interfere with the artist's conception, you ruin things often.
I just thought it would have been distracting.
Yeah, in a good way. So you're wearing these chaps, and you're wearing this outfit, and in the movie you play a stripper, and you're very convincing in this role. And I thought, did you train for this? Did you?
Very convincing.
Yeah, no, that's as good. I mean, you look like you've had some sort. Did you go and work with anybody?
Yeah, I wanted a choreographer, and Robert told me that I should just feel it, and he didn't want it to, be choreographed.
Right.
And I was terrified because, how do you do a stripper dance? Like, I don't know how to do that. So I went to strip clubs and I did research, and I came to New York.
I love these strip clubs for research.
Yeah, it was a tough job. And,
where did you go here in New York?
Well, I went to a real nice one, I think Scores.
Scores is very nice.
Yeah, and then I went...
Depends on where you're sitting,
And then
front to the left, booth to the rear, yeah.
I was booth to the rear on the right.
Yeah, that's a good seat.
And then... And then I also went to the seediest of them all, because I went to L.A. and Austin, and the seediest of them all was definitely in New York in Times Square, where I walk in, and I walk in, and I'm there with my manager because we're doing research, and...
By the way, that's what I say when I'm there, too.
Right.
I'm researching a role.
Right.
As what? A pervert.
Well, this one had plenty.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and there's like 5 or 6 guys that are like sort of there, like going in, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, we're chatting, and I look around, and there's nobody.
Right.
And then I just sort of hear sounds and see shadows. And so this was one of those strip clubs where it's just about the dark corners. And then all of a sudden I'm looking on the couch.
What you're talking about. Oh, yeah.
One of those places.
Yeah. That's not a strip club you were in. No. You were someplace else.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Wow, that's not good. But I would think it would be if someone was in a strip club and Jessica Alba walks in, that would be very, I wouldn't know where to look, I wouldn't be looking up on stage, I'd be looking at you,
Well, I was not the one that was doing the thing that they went to go see.
Were you disguised at all? Were you?
No. I think
wearing
if
a
anything,
beekeeper's outfit or something?
No, I think I was probably distracted. If anybody did notice who I was, I think it was probably kind of distracting because they went there with like a mission, and then it's like, oh,
with a mission. Yeah, you make it sound so noble. I have a mission. To see some nudes.
Well, I was playing an innocent stripper. She is like the heart of the movie.
She is actually your character is the nicest character. I really like this movie a lot, and we've talked about it some this week. We've had some of the cast on, and it's a great movie. But your character is actually sort of the sweetest character,
lovely,
innocent,
and optimistic, and she believes in love and justice, and
a stripper, all in one.
And she's madly in love with Bruce Willis' character.
Right. Now I'm told you went to Comic-Con, a comic book convention, because Sin City's based on a graphic novel. Other way of calling kind of a comic book. You went to Comic-Con and I would think, how did they respond to you? You go to Comic-Con, and there are all these comic book people there, fans.
Yeah. I'd never been to Comic-Con, and I went for Sin City and Fantastic Four.
Right.
And there are a lot of grown-ups in spandex there.
Are they? Those are, you're talking about Trekkies, right?
They're not only Trekkies, but I mean people in like full Superman outfits, but you know they're not in Superman shape.
There's nothing sadder than a 55-year-old guy that eats cookie dough ice cream 24/7. Like, it's time to put on my Superman suit.
Yeah,
and
they were wearing them proud. And Klingon families, I saw some stormtrooper couples, and
their glasses must have fogged over when they saw you.
They were really sweet, and I went there for Fantastic Four too, and I thought I wasn't sure how they were going to think of me as Sue Storm, and they were really nice to me.
Now you play Sue Storm in Fantastic Four, which hasn't come out yet, but this is your character is invisible.
Invisible, right?
And I'm told you had to get some sort of special mold done for your body for this role?
They had to do these molds on all of us for the special effects. But the guys that are doing the molds are actually like from really close to the city where I grew up in. So it's a suburb of LA. And one of my second cousins actually worked there, which is weird.
Right.
And they knew me from Dark Angel, and basically I'm wearing a very thin silk stocking from head to toe that you can see everything. And they're
when is this movie coming out? And where?
No, but this is what they had to do with everybody.
Sure, yeah.
And then these guys who are like fans of Dark Angel are like molding in the areas and like really. And if they didn't do it to my body completely, then Sue was going to look a bit more voluptuous than me, and that wouldn't be nice.
So it's these guys' job, and they're big fans of yours, to pretty much put their hands all over your body.
And rub it so it's like really...
Why are they rubbing? There's no... It sounds like they made up that part themselves.
No.
We should do some rubbing as well. Why? There just needs to be rubbing. Why? Rubbing. What if later on these other guys came in and said, "Who are those guys? They don't work here."
Yeah, that would have been...
Bye.
No, but...
Rub, bye. Wow, that would be bad.
It's plaster and it hardens, so they had to like...
No, come on. This is an adult show. I'll clean this show up eventually. I promise I will. But and when is this movie come? When is Fantastic Four coming?
July 8th.
A lot of people are excited about that too.
Yeah, July 8th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's switch a little bit here. But you just went to the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Is that right?
I go to them every year.
You go to them every year?
Yeah.
And what's it like? I mean, isn't that the event where they pour green slime?
Yeah, they put green slime on you, and the kids like to silly string you and do all that good stuff.
Is that fun? I mean, is it fun to have? I mean,
the slime is terrible.
The slime is, I'm sure, is acid-based, too.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It looks funny on Nickelodeon, but people start screaming when it hits them.
And you come out, and all of a sudden, like, Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore are coming backstage, and they have this, like, green slime all over them, like they've just been snotted. So, yeah, people really, we really do all that stuff. I don't like the green slime. I kind of go for the silly string.
And the silly string was all right?
It's all right, but it gets stuck in your hair. It's kind of like...
we did a show here once. I don't know how long ago this was, Jeff, but we did a show like, 7 years ago where we, just for fun, we packed the whole audience with 5-year-old and 6-year-old kids. And then we did a regular late-night show, and at the end of the show we gave them all silly string, and all the kids were shooting us with silly string. That stuff was in my hair for 4 years. Silly string, I don't know. I think
really toxic.
It was invented by the government. Yeah. It's a great weapon. It just...
Donald Rumsfeld put his mark on it.
Yeah, exactly. Rumsfeld was like, we must get more silly string. But it's incredible. It just coats your body. How did you get it out?
Well, it's kind of like... It reminded me when I was a little kid, my brother's friend used to put these white caterpillars in my head, in my hair.
Who is this freak? Who is this guy?
He was like some cruel little boy, and it would get stuck. All the caterpillar guts would sort of get stuck in my hair.
Oh, my God.
And
Who is this guy?
Silly string, his name's
He's
Paul.
a serial killer now, isn't he?
Yeah, he might be. But silly string's very similar to that. It takes about 4 years to get out.
I bet that guy is really regretting he wasn't nicer to you now.
Wow.
I'm sure I would. If I teased you as a little kid and then you grew up and you were Jessica Alba, I'd be killing myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, well... And you're not interested. That always kills it. They're like, "Oh, he's weird."
This is usually,
Yeah.
pretty hot.
Yeah, clearly you just moved further away from the freaky man. Sin City, go check out Sin City. It really
April
is
1st.
It really is really neat.
Yeah.
Opens next Friday, and we're going to take a break. Jessica Alba, thank you so much for being here.
for
Always
having
nice
me.
having you on the show. That was great. Mike Binder coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be back.